These are the adventures of Super Chick, and I'm Cecelia Sterling, and I have a story to share. So this particular story takes place just before Christmas. It's the eve to Christmas Eve, and my daughter and I are going to go on a quick errand to the mall to pick up a present for her dad. And it's loaded. It's a loaded trip because we've just gotten out of the hospital with a pretty serious case of the flu. And we've missed a lot of the school, the caroling and the school program and the gift exchange and the school party and the making of the cookies. So this particular little trip to the mall, like I said, it's loaded. We're feeling good. We dress up to go shopping, which is not our norm. But we're feeling a little festive, right? And my aunt is going to meet us, and we get to have a little lunch after we do our errand. And it's feeling a little like the holidays. So we go on the trip, and we get there, and it's cold. Like, we get out of our car, the sun's out, it's kind of warm. We start walking. It's cold, and there's definitely a chill in the air, and it's busy. Like, there's so many people there. And, you know, the retailer in me and the girl that grew up in Michigan and the shopper in me, like, this is kind of my happy place. There's a lot of things going on here that I'm enjoying. And it's feeling even a little bit more festive. Obviously, everything's decorated. There's holiday music playing. And we get to the shop where we're picking up my husband's gift, which I pre-ordered, which is not actually ready. And I didn't actually order the correct size, which is surprising to me. But they have one there, and I go ahead and take that one, and I have a gift to give, and we can always exchange it later, right? But you can kind of see how I'm describing it. Like, check it off the list. Transactionally, we're good, but like, wasn't the most meaningful or exciting experience picking up this sweater. Which in the end, I liked more than he did. But we'll find him something he loves, right? We do care. So we knock out that errand, right? We pick up the sweater. And while doing so, I normally would find something I really liked that happened to be the last one in my size, or see something great on the clearance rack I've been eyeing for a while and go ahead and get myself a little something. Nothing. There was nothing. So there was like no divine sparkle in our little shopping trip. Like there often is. I've shared stories with you. One is called The Divine Day. But we're alive. We're well. We're together. It's the holidays. Like, we're good. It's just not quite as exciting as I would prefer. And honestly, we've gone to a couple shops along the way. We grabbed the sweater for him. My aunt and I look at my daughter, and, you know, it's evident she's still recovering. Like, she's ready for luncheon to go home. She will definitely be napping in the car, right? Like, let's not push it. Let's not do too many things. So my aunt says, I have a couple more things to grab. I'll go grab them. You go to lunch. I say, okay. But we do see this really sweet little booth that sells macaroons and like little boxes of sweet treats. And Lillian asks if she could have dessert first. And I say, yes, of course you can have dessert first, day like today. So we get a few little, actually we go for the little donuts instead of the macaroons, and they come in this beautiful box. So we have one for me and one for her and one for my aunt. And we walk toward the restaurant. But I just still have this craving for that little, like, something. And I told you there's a chill in the air, like, it's cold. And we're walking by the shop, and I say, you know what, Lillian? Let's just hop back in there just in case they have a little something for you, like a puffy vest or something. Because honestly, she's actually missing that category in her repertoire right now. And we are stepping into the colder months of the year, and it's not on Santa's list. So let's just see. There is zero other reason for us to go into this shop. It's the cap. But we do, because I'm pulled in there. And I'm not kidding when I say that. I am pulled. I have a reasoning for it, but I am pulled. So we walk through, and again, there's no quick little something for me, and we look for her for this puffy vest or chunky sweater or something, and there's nothing, and I feel like they always have those things. And they just don't. They have a giant winter coat. She does not need that. We already have one of those. So we leave. I'm like, whatever. Still not scratching that itch. But we're good. We're happy to be alive. We're fine. We go to walk out the store, and a baby comes with us. I'm not kidding. A baby runs with us out the door. And in that instant, I scan. There is no adult chasing the baby. So I just prop down, block the baby from leaving the door. Now, I don't know how familiar you are with Gaps. I know this is common, but not always the case. But in a larger Gap store, they will divide the children's section from the adult section. And sometimes there's like a bridge or room that connects in the middle. And I have to say, on our little shopping adventure, everywhere we went seemed greatly understaffed. There's no one working in the children's section of the Gap. It has its own door to the main corridor of this outdoor mall that is very busy, as I said. And in this particular moment, I'm looking like it's a giant rushing river with so many fish. And here's this little baby, like, you cannot get out this door. So I blocked the baby. And, she could have been 10 months and like an early walker. She could have been 2 and petite. But she was a runner for sure. She's got her pacifier. She's adorable. And she's not with her parents or any other responsible adults. And there's no one in this immediate area of the Gap. And so, then my eyes go up a little higher while I'm still physically trying to block her. And I see these men who are probably in line because there's a really long line. They're using the register from the adult section to service the kid and the adult departments of the Gap. And that little area that connects the 2 rooms is also where the people are in line to check out. And I say to these guys, I can see, like, I got a baby over here. Like, can you yell over to the register in case someone is there? And they're just, and I'm like, no, talk to the people around the corner. I'm going to stay here with the baby. And still no one's coming. And, it feels like hours. I'm sure at this point it's been a minute. And Lillian, my daughter, is just standing patiently next to me, observing. Thank God she's not a runner, right? So I can focus on this baby. And I raised her during COVID. So I do feel like I have this operating system that is like, don't touch the baby. You don't know her. She doesn't know you. Like, I'm hesitant in that way. And in that way that, like, thoughts just rush in, like your fears, your insecurities, your belief systems, like they're all present in this kind of urgent moment. And I don't want there to be a perception that I'm taking the baby, like what? But ultimately the baby starts to cry. And I just pick her up, like instinct trumps all of those other concerns. And I just bounce her a little bit and use my soothing voice. It's okay, honey. You're okay. We're going to find your people. Like, it's okay. And I'm bouncing her a little bit. And she's reaching out to this rushing river of people. Like, all she wants is to find her people. And in her perspective, they're out there. And again, I have this moment of concern. Like, am I blocking her from her people? No one's leaving the Gap without their baby, right? So no, the parents the adults have to be in here. I just can't see them right now. And I'm just like, in my mind. So I put her back down because she's really upset and I'm not sure how much I'm helping and how much I'm scaring her, right? So then I get her back down, but I still won't physically let her walk away. And I'm just using my soothing voice and I yell back in, still got the baby. Like, do you see anyone? And I'm helping her, and we're just taking a beat. It's going to be okay. And this woman walks up to me, hands in prayer position, head bowed. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And that's okay. That's okay. And I'm so grateful that I'm safe, that the baby's safe, that woman has this like safe person to hand her baby back to her. No judgment, no big storylines, just grateful the little girl is reconnected with her person. And then I say, okay, Lillian, let's go to lunch. We saved that baby. It's like real life superhero moment. Because think of all the experiences they didn't have to go through on the eve of Christmas Eve, whether they celebrated or not. They were at the Gap on a really busy day. They didn't have to lose that baby in that giant sea of people. They didn't have to go through security. That child didn't get picked up by someone who isn't safe. I was pulled into the Gap to maybe get a puffy vest because that's how my brain works. To help that baby not get lost in that sea. And there's my divine sparkle I was craving. And it got, instead of like receiving the gift, I got to give the gift, which was equally a gift for me. My daughter and I go to lunch. My aunt now arrives like pretty much right when we're getting there. And we're like, we got a really good story to tell you. We saved a baby. And my daughter keeps saying, I didn't save the baby. Lillian, we did it together. Like, you were great. You were the helping force for the baby to feel a little safer with me, right? Just by your presence. You didn't run off to cause a whole nother issue. Like, I told that story so many times that week. And I just, again, like, love that our days can have these epic moments. And I loved that reminder that that little girl was sure her mom was out there and pretty sure her mom was over here. And while she probably wasn't sure I was safe, I was put in place to hold her until she could reconnect with her person. And I mean, how divine is that? And we just got to think about like how grateful we were to be alive and to be in this energetic exchange in real time. Like minds open, hearts available to play a role in this day that was just a couple of minutes. But how incredible was that for all involved? And with that, I'll say ciao for now. I'm Cecelia Sterling, and these are the adventures of Super Chick.